Determine whether the functions are inverses. When we want to look at two different functions and determine whether they're inverses of one another, we're going to look at their compositions. So what I'm going to do is take the entire function g and I'm going to plug that in the place of f. So I'm looking at f of g of x. So let's see if I do that. I'll have function g is the cube root of x plus 1, and then I will be subtracting 1 off of that and cubing that whole quantity. Well, the plus 1 and the minus 1 are going to zero out, so then we'll have the cube root of x cubed, and then this cube root and the cube here are also going to cancel each other out, and we'll just end up with x. This shows that these two functions are inverses because I started with some value, plugged it into one function, and then plugged it into the other function, and I ended up with the value that I started with. And that, in this case, the value is x. We could also have done this in the other direction. I'm going to show that now. You only really have to do this once. If you plug one function into the other and you get x as the output, then you're done. But I just want to show you what happens if we go the other way. Let's look at g of f of x instead this time. So I'm going to take this whole function and plug that in here where the x value is. So we'll have x minus 1 cubed, and then that's going to be under the cube root. And then we have a plus 1 here. This cube root and this cube are going to cancel each other. So I'll have x minus 1 and then a plus 1. And this also gives me x as my output. So these two functions are, in fact, inverses of one another. Let's look at a different example. Let's consider f of g of x. So I'll take this whole function and plug it in the place of x here. So let's see, we'll get a negative 3, and then I'm going to put this whole function, x minus 5 over negative 3. So this is the 3x part, and then we have a plus 5. Notice that this negative 3 and this negative 3 will cancel each other. So then I get x minus 5 plus 5, which is x. Let's look at the other direction. Let's consider g of f of x. So now I'll take this and put this in the place of x here. So this is going to be negative 3x plus 5, and then I have a minus 5, and the whole thing is divided by negative 3. In the numerator here, the plus 5 and the minus 5 will cancel each other. We'll have negative 3x over negative 3, and then those two negative 3's will cancel each other, and we end up with x. Again, all we're trying to do is show that the composition function results in x, which is the input from the original, and you only have to show this once. You don't have to show both directions.